Good morning, New Eden. Today is December 17th, 2023, and this is the Federation Frontline Report. My name is Frozen Fallout, and I will be your host today, and my co-host is Samson.
Good morning, New Eden. How y'all doing out there?
Yeah, things have been interesting in the war zone. There was a huge event that took place this week. There's other than that, there's more incursions into the war zone that have been happening. Oh, and let me get something here.
Very stealthy.
Aha. Forgot my hat.
Yeah. Wearing the hat. Frozen, you gotta wear the hat. Alrighty. But yeah.
Sorry about that.
Now you're appropriately
There we go.
attired.
But yeah, so the war zone is continuing. Like the pirates just are dominating the war zone when it comes to their own area. But there's a lot of like contention about people saying, that they need to slow the fuck down and cause more chaos, for a longer period of time. And the winning side is the one that gets hit the most, just because, at the very least, because they have more space to be hit. But also, I think there's a slider that kind of, from what I heard, maybe it's just a rumor that the people that are winning the war zones get hit harder by the incursions and are focused more on them. So it's we have seen that the Keldari have been hit quite often, and some of their high sec has gone to low sec. They have finally put in the and this has been for a while now, that there's a warning. It's like, hey, this place is now low sec. You sure you want to go here? No longer high sec, or it's 0.0 when it was low sec. But some people want that corruption to be spread bigger and longer, because you only need to get to level 3 in order to start spreading corruption. But they've been getting pushed to level 5. But money is the driver. That is like, not only is this a flashy new thing, it's a lot of money. Like, there's a lot of money just pouring out of this activities that are happening here. I finally was able to do one of the Roykule sites. So,
Oracle sites?
yeah, like saving a Roykule.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's actually kind of interesting. Because you just go in, you have to like kill a bunch of rats, and it's kind of like a little PvE site that's not that hard. But it's, you need to have a little bit of tank and definitely some DPS, but it's easily doable by like 5 or 6 people. And it's like a max of 15 or something like that, and the LP payout is really good. Like close to doing a battlefield, but
wow.
like 1/5 the time requirement, and so people have been making a lot of money off of doing them with small groups, and that was a lot of fun doing that. So that was one incentive that I saw, but it's way more incentive if your LP was worth 3 times what it was now, right? I mean, can you imagine? Like,
yeah.
So, yeah. We've got the holidays coming on up. You doing anything for the holidays?
The alcoholidays.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, family in town, stuff like that. But as far as gaming is concerned, I want to try to put out some more, fleets, and stuff for the time that I have off. Some of it, at least. Say I want to come back with a vengeance. Not an actual vengeance, because like they're still not viable. But like figuratively speaking, come back with a vengeance to get more of our our network fleets, and more of our Spectre fleets, and just more more killing in general. Um, but what about you, Frozen?
So yeah, I don't really have very much planned out at this point in time. I'm still seeing what the family wants to do and stuff like that, and I might just kind of relax and take, the holidays off. And in that
Good
case,
idea.
I need to, I'm gonna come out and do some Eve Online Murder Fest. So, yeah, I need to do the same thing. I want to come out and need to do some more Spectre fleets and get involved in more of the network fleets and mercenary contracts and murder fests that needs to be had in the galaxy.
It
Speaking
is.
of,
It is. I'm still interested in how it is interesting and awesome to get paid ISK to basically do what I would already do
right,
from so many different sources now. It's freaking awesome. I logged in this morning and I saw my balance and was like, "What the hell? Why do I have so much? Why do I have so much ISK?" But being a mercenary, being an FC, Spectre FC, apparently that has benefits.
yeah, payouts. Um, but speaking of mayhem and carnage and destruction in the galaxy, um, we have a special event that just took place on Saturday, and I think we're gonna do a little bit of a deep dive on it. We're gonna give you guys, of course, the only true perspective, the best perspective,
The Galente
the
perspective.
Galente perspective.
Not just the Galente perspective, but the Federation frontline perspective.
Also, yeah,
It's your only news source, your only faction warfare news source, the best faction warfare news source. But yeah, what was that, Frozen?
I also have, firsthand,
Yeah,
um, you know, eyewitness testimony to give as a reporter on
Fro-
the front line with a gun and
Frozen
a
was on the
camera.
front line.
Yep.
Frozen was on the front line with some large rail guns on a Megathron Navy. So, the AAR, or I'm not sure what that stands for.
After
Um,
action report.
okay, that stands for action. Okay, after action report for faction warfare face off, 200 billion ISK killed, subcapital brawl, zero tie dye. There was zero tie dye.
Yeah, there was really no tie
Okay.
dye. It was kind of
Okay.
crazy.
I was a little confused. I saw tie dye and I didn't realize that it said zero right there. But so I'm just gonna run through this really quick, and then we'll go through the battle report and Frozen's firsthand experience. So after months of planning and organization from all the military forces, I'm assuming that this person's Galente, because
Yes.
the Galente were the one that initiated this. We were able to have the first annual faction warfare face-off. A year ago, LoSec was nothing but a dust bowl. The meta was stale, and necessary changes were needed. A year from now, LoSec is the most vibrant area of space in the game currently. As such, this six-way brawl was to celebrate the success of the Uprising expansion and show everyone that LoSec is a smoldering fire where upwards of 800 people in system will go to a large plex and fight each other for fun. Below is the Galente Militia After Action Report, which we'll get to after the rest of this summary here. However, there's a big shout outs to have to go towards the organization and coordinators of this fleet. They made it happen, and the amount of work that went into the new yearly FW Big Showdown event will hopefully occur every year with the goal of swapping ships and area rules and areas of the game. Thank you for everyone. Thank you for everyone who attended. It was nothing but a success. Smiley face. At the beginning, the Galente militia decided to humbly donate a Ha Moros Navy to symbolize the beginning of the fight. Once the Moros Navy that warped in at zero died, we decided to kick off the fight. We began to fight the Minmatar fleet, and soon after Snuff showed up, we decided to switch on to the Snuff fleet before going back. However, I want to say that this was the largest joint Galente fleet that has been seen in years. We peaked at 90 rail Megathron Navy issues, almost 100 navies, Navy megas. We slowly were losing battleships after fighting in Minmil, Snuff, SC, and Amar as we went from 9 DBS to 50, but it was absolutely worth it. As the fight continued, many various groups showed up onto the large Navy 5. We had an absolute blast, and many of the other groups did as well. Slugging it out against everyone was a ton of fun, and that was the entire point of the event. To celebrate that, the growth of faction warfare as demonstrated in LoSec and LoSec entirely. Overall, we were extremely happy how the event went to see so many content creators, CCP, which I didn't know CCP was there, and even faces that, excuse me, have not played in a long time demonstrate that LoSec is still burning a bright flame. However, more work is necessary to make this sustainable. CCP, please reinstate LP transfers, as LP is all militia's primary income source. It is necessary for sustainable growth for newer and older militia alliances and organizations. These fights occur because we had access to those resources, and reinstating them will make these fights occur more frequently. LP transfers reinstated means a flourishing LoSec. Thank you. I don't know how you feel about that, but we can discuss that in a minute here. But signing off, we hope to see everyone next year as we look forward to doing this as a tradition in LoSec. Our plan is to set the next fight in Auga and make it battle cruisers and below. See you next December. So, do you have an opinion about reinstating LP transfers?
I think that reinstating LP transfers is a good idea. I think the one thing is that it's interesting to see what will happen with Pirate LP at that point. But I think that it's good it was good before Pirate LP was introduced, and I'm not sure exactly how that goes into the equation, which is kind of why they pulled it back from being.
What is LP transfer?
So that's the ability for people to move their LP to another corporation, and so you could sell LP basically. And so it created a system that allowed for this. There's some holes in it. It needs to be better set up. But
diggy hole, Red.
Let's take a look at the numbers here of this battle. So we have on Team A is Snuffed Out, and they had about 83 characters that were participating that got onto a kill mill or killed something. So they had more than that that were Logi support that were never going to get on a kill mill or die. But this is, a decent concept of kind of what they got. They lost about 18 billion ISK. They have about a 90% efficiency. They lost 39 ships, and they inflicted 5 million damage. And structure, I don't know why that always seems to have something here, but with structure, I don't know. Anyways, moving on.
Structures. Somebody smart bomb an Athener? What was that?
So Snuffed Out mainly comprising the most of this group with 58 participants, and then they've kind of got like Deepwater Hooligans, and they kind of mashed them all together into one group here. And so there's a bunch of little guys kind of all mashing together here. But they did have a smaller group for sure, and they did come in with some strong Logi. That each Walachi was worth like 1.2 billion or something like that. Or let's see here. You scroll down.
Yeah, the Logis were really expensive.
Yeah, 1.2, 1.27, 1.22, 1.29.
Yeah, the scimitars. Yep. They had ridiculously like all blue reppers. But actually, before we continue on there, really quick, I want to just point out that the totals for the entirety of everything, at least according to this battle report, was 199.6 billion ISK lost, 866 pilots involved, 1,208. That's 1,208 kill mails generated. That's a lot. With I don't know what the views means.
I think that's how many times people have viewed this page.
This battle report? Okay, yeah. So this battle report has been viewed 1,434 times.
So yeah, this is interesting. So they have it was about a 3 hour long event, give or take. Damage structure isn't the damage to infrastructure hubs when flipping systems. Yeah, I have no idea what that damage structure means. I mean, I'm guessing it has to do with any anchorable structures getting damage. I don't know why there was damage being done to anchorable structures, but there was apparently. Excuse me. Anyways,
People accidentally shooting things. I don't know.
who knows? But yeah, this is mainly. So this is what the Snuffed Out brought here was mainly like they had a couple Thunder Childs in this. So the thing about that was really interesting. It was like getting long range smart bombed all the time, so your shields just kept on getting hit, and so a lot of people were panic broadcasting when they were just taking regular damage
Because of the Thunder Childs hitting everybody.
So that was
chain lightning.
That was kind of effective to a certain degree. I think the nightmares were very effective. We couldn't really kill very many of the nightmares.
Like one went down.
We did get a Thunder Child. Yep, 2 nightmares. We were able to start bringing down scimitars though, and these scimitars are all 1.2 billion-isk, and so
these are ridiculous.
That was some
1.2,
wins.
1.2, 1.2, 1.2.
Yep.
Because they're all. If you take I don't know if you can look at the. No. But yeah, they were ridiculously fit.
All right, so that was Team A. Let's take a look at Team B.
Team B is the Minmatar.
Yep, so Urshikan, Minmatar Fleet Alliance, Frodon's Call, and Phoenix Naval Systems, Die Warg Das Verminiscens, Electus Matari.
Die Warg Das Wansins? Yeah, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Weaponized Autism, Elite Poppers. So these guys kind of all got together here, and this was something that we were able to actually do pretty well against. So my memory of this is that they talked about that special commensary Moros Navy issue that they put out there. So as soon as we landed in our Navy megas, it disappeared. Like, I did not even get to lock the Moros before it exploded. And
did any of us shoot it?
Some of us, but not very many, because almost all of us were in warp, and a lot of people said that as they were trying to lock it, it was like, this target is invulnerable because it was getting blown up. The leg was really smooth. I was playing in 2K, full graphics. I did turn off sound. I should have turned sound back on. I got a couple snippets of recordings that I took here and there, and it was really good. It was a lot of fun. But the first thing that happened was that we just had to we were trying to deal with Snuffed in the beginning, and we just couldn't break them. We could break a couple things here and there that we could catch off guard. But then the Minmatar came in with these Typhoon fleet issues. And oh man, that was great because they were killing some of us, but we were killing some of them, and we just started trading. We were trading very favorably, as if what it felt like.
We had lost a lot of Typhoons.
Yeah.
Fleet issues. And some rocks as well.
So they came right on top of us, and so we were able to kill without going after most of their logi. There was a logi that they had that we didn't go after. We took down some of their logi, but for the most part, we were able to just plow right through. And as that was going on, Team C arrives, and Team C is the Amarr. On top of this is mostly pandemic horde.
There's Caldari as well.
There's a
There's Caldari.
there's Caldari lumped into this, and then
Uh,
Amar as well that are lumped into this. It looks like there's um,
yeah, I heard that the Caldari didn't really participate that much. So these are just like the ones that decided to, I guess.
right. So there was a Loki fleet, and there was a Abaddon fleet, and they came in. The Abaddons, we just started eating up the Abaddons as well. Um,
Yeah, there's a lot of Abaddons that are gone. Just red across the board.
And then the Galente, so the team B lost what 58 billion ISK, 58.15.
Yep.
They had a 70% efficiency. They lost 258 ships, 8 million damage put out there. And then there's the Amar Pandemic Horde Shadow Cartel amalgamation, which I think that this kind of represents it proper. I think they were all on the same side here.
Yeah.
So these guys had 47 billion is worth of losses, 76% efficiency, and they lost 608 ships. 608. Jeez.
That's a lot.
What? I think that's got to be wrong.
Oh, let's take a look. Excuse me.
That can't. That doesn't. Not what I'm seeing when I scroll.
Look at all these stabbers.
Yeah, but the Galente only lost 300. Oh, wait. Is it going farther for you? Oh, I see what you're saying. If you expand.
There's a ton of small ships.
Oh my god, yeah. There's a ton of small.
Like an ass load. There's a lot of griffins and thrashers and corms.
Like they just kind of meshed everybody together. That was not.
Lots of thrasher fleets, yeah.
So the Amar probably didn't get hit that hard, actually. The Galente got hit pretty hard, but you have to subtract 15 billion off of this, so it's more like 60 billion. 62% efficiency, 303 ships lost, 7 million damage inflicted. And then CCPs was in our fleet. That was kind of cool. Yeah, it was interesting because we had like split comms. You know, people that weren't allowed in sedition comms, and they're on TS3. We're on Discord. So we did have a little bit of a split of communication. One fleet though, so we all just followed broadcasts, but.
Fun. That's big. That's a big one.
Yeah, it's really surprising how well the servers held up. After the Amar came in, we were able to push them off, and then it was fighting basically Snuffed Out's group, and I ended up getting blown up once, and then overall I got blown up twice in 2 Navy issues that were handed out to me. So it wasn't a hit to my pocketbook, but it was my kill board. Like, looks like I've taken some pretty big hits right now. But I got on a lot of kills, so altogether, I mean, 100% worth it because I didn't actually take any loss for real to do this. But they definitely had smart bombers on gates and stuff like that. They were trying to catch pods. They caught my pod, but I had nothing in it, so that was kind of nice. I was like, aha, well, little did you know, I
just sending you home faster.
Yep. But yeah, it was pretty epic. In the end, yeah, it was just basically fighting stuff from what I was participating in. Now I don't know exactly because I probably only stayed for about 2 hours. There might have been more that happened after that. Yeah, but the last that we had was like, I got blown up, and the rest of the fleet was running out of cap chargers, and that we were running low on cap, and so they reformed, got everybody capped back up, and everybody with new cap chargers. I got a new ship. We went back out. We fought with Snuff, and I ended up losing another ship not too long after that.
This is a screenshot of a mega navy ball.
Yes. Yep, that was
So
pretty good.
some of this stuff was shared in our Discord, and it's pretty sick. Here's one that's got like you can actually see the icons and stuff. And here's this one's a fucking mess. This is like the battlefield.
Yeah, yeah. Battlefield was a little chaotic. Um, yeah, overall, really fun. I hope that they do these kind of events again. People were handing out ships. Like they said, they got up to like 100, almost 100 Navy Megathrons, and that was because people were just handing out tons of these ships. And they were not cheap Megathrons. Like
Mm-hmm.
they were kind of blingy, fun little like throw out, have good times, and yeah, I'd do it again for sure.
Yeah, I'm sad I missed it, but um, looks like it was fun at least. Like I said, I was shocked that CCP was involved, so maybe they're gonna be more involved in these kinds of things for faction warfare. Because this is the first faction warfare event that's this big. I think I've never
Yeah, this is
we haven't
pretty
had
big. There's, it wasn't faction warfare, but there's the, frigate face-off kind of thing that's kind
yeah.
of huge
So
in
as
those
far as
sec.
player run, the frigate free for all run by Stay Frosty and them, that one's awesome too. But that's all frigates. And I look forward to smart bombing them in a super next year or something ridiculous. No, but like that this was like all battleships, dude. So many fucking battleships. Like that's a lot of battleships. Nightmares, Typhoon fleet issues, Abaddons, Megathron navies, and everything in between. Like that's a lot. Um, and you said you reshipped.
Yes. Yeah, so we had reshipped, and we'd gone back out, and we were able to get a couple more kills, and that's, I think, when we got that Thunderchild kill,
Yeah.
was right around that time. But we weren't able to do a whole lot against that Nightmare fleet. So I would say
Yeah.
that in the end, it was really awesome. But unfortunately, there's a group out there that is a little bit more set up to do these kind of events than us. To be honest. And the thing was that they're smart about it. So, but there was a lot of kills that we got from them. It wasn't a complete loss. I mean, 39 ships killed, 18 billion ISK is not a small amount of money. 90%
Well, it is to
efficiency.
them, but yeah. But no, I was happy when I saw that Snuff Thunderchild on the kill board. So that's all that mattered to me, I think. But yeah, I definitely want to participate next time. It's just life and things.
Yeah.
But yeah, is there something else you want to go over?
No, I think that's pretty much all. There's, a little bit of stuff going on in the war zone here. Fighting definitely getting really heavy in Fleet and Hades right now. Fleet is actually been able to be brought down to 17%. So the offensive on Fleet has been slowed quite a bit, but Onasikin is being held pretty well, while Nissawa is also... or actually, Onasikin's about to fall. I apologize. The Galente have a little bit of an advantage when to running plexes there, but the Keldari do have that at 89.9%. So
close this so you can expand that.
oh yeah.
Or just expand our faces. That's fine too.
So yeah, the fighting is kind of concentrated a lot down in this area for me personally. There is a pirate event that's happening way up in the, you can't see this at all, but up here in the north over by Iha and behind Iha and OICX. But this line has kind of stayed the same, but they have made an incursion into the north here, which is doing pretty well. Anato has also been taken recently, but there's chaos going. Ooh, there's a battlefield going on in Tantalin right now. Yeah, so things are.
Red has a question. How much can decrease security status to 0.3 system and corruption? They can decrease security status of the system all the way to null.
Yes.
Like from so if it's high sec, it turns low sec. If it's low sec, it turns null. Yeah. So you can have bubbles in random fucking places.
Yes. Yeah, temporary.
Temporary? Yeah, it's temporary.
Correct. Yes.
How long is that though?
It's only like a few. I mean, it depends on how long the pirates stretch out the invasion.
Got it.
But
So
it's been
how-
every like 5 days, give or take.
Oh wow, yeah, that's a lot though. That's a good Genkin.
I mean, it depends. Well, it also takes like time to get it to that level in those areas, so that can also mean that it's only would be like that for like 2 days.
Yeah, I know, but if you know when it's gonna be like that, it's a good time to gank.
Oh yeah, for sure. They do give you that big warning now, so. Awesome. Well, but yeah, things are, Warzone is kind of what it is, and we've been getting lots of good fights, lots of good kills. Content is up,
more.
And yeah, I think that just it's interesting how I don't feel like I'm not gonna be super affected by this pirate thing until it comes to Yvangir.
That'll be fun if it does.
And then I'm excited to see what it's like doing these sites in Yvangir and being on our home ground and stuff like that, and having a thing of like, oh, this is
home field advantage is great, dude. I mean,
yes.
That's how I get all those ridiculous, stupid kills.
But yeah, so it's interesting to see what the future is going to be like for this pirate stuff. But I haven't been affected by it. Really.
Yeah, well,
it's always
the only thing
that I would say
that I'm affected by it is I've actually had the people that it doesn't really affect anything, because they're already like, they were pirates like neg 5, neg 10, crews that will roam through Yvangir that we both know are now like guristas. So like, it's not really a big difference because I could shoot them freely. They could shoot me freely before that. So,
right.
But I've seen them come through.
Now they're just a little bit more shiny on the board. You get
LP,
flashy, and you get LP
flashy.
for killing.
And LP, yes, the LP is great.
So
the LP is great for. I don't know if I was mentioned on the last show, but I think it was I had killed a Caldari Nirvana pod. High grade Nirvana pod, and apart from that being a ridiculous amount of ISK, like 4 point something, I got 50,000 LP for killing that pod.
Wow.
That was like, what? That's like almost a battlefield. Anyways, you're probably gonna go back out.
Yeah, I think we'll probably go back out and have some fun here, but we'll take a little break. And thank you all for watching. Join Federation Frontline. Check out the network. Check out
Spectre.
Spectre Fleet and
Do you like that NPC?
Declarations of War podcast.
Which we need to get on, by the way. Where the fuck is Alec with that? We should be on Declarations of War.
I don't know. I'm lazy.
Bro.
Anyways, but yeah, we will see you all around, and for everybody that's still here, we will be jumping back over to looking for fun out in 0.0 in a little bit, or 0.0 in LoSec.
You should go. You should go. Yeah, you should go.
Go to 0. Go to 0. No, I don't like 0. Anyways, peace out.
Good night, New Eden.